Psalms 139:15. I will praise thee, for I am fearfully and wonderfully made. Marvelous are thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. Let me speak to you on the subject suicide. Do you know out of the 12 disciples of Jesus who commit suicide? Yes, it's Judas. According to Matthew 27, 1-10, after learning that Jesus was to be crucified, Judas attempted to return the money he had been paid for his betrayal to the chief priest and committed suicide by hanging. Why? Because Judas had betrayed everyone who had stayed loyal to Jesus and so made himself an outcast from his peer group. Judas killed himself in order to redeem himself from his bad act. This was an accepted use of suicide in the first century. What is suicide? According to Her to Hell, suicide means ending your own life. We say that you died by suicide. Now, we can work toward understanding suicide and suicidal behavior more fully and thereby uncover and pursue the best ways to reach and treat those who struggle with suicide by providing an evidence base that elevates the issue in awareness and moves us toward action. Why people tend to kill themselves? Is it unemployment? You attempt to kill yourself because you are not hired in a position or you've been fired up from unemployment? Is it global warming or climate change because you don't understand the changes happening around your environment? Is it academic pressure that you find it hard to comply all the requirements that your professor asked you to submit? Is it fear of commitment that you tend to escape the responsibilities to be carried upon your shoulder and yet you're in love but not ready to commit? Or is it teenage pregnancy? Can't accept the fact that you are carrying an unwanted child inside you having no support from your family of your own. Those are just a few of our little sacrifices we're facing this life. Not enough to be compared with the sacrifices that Jesus had did on the cross for us, for the payment of the penalty of our sin. Now let's realize and examine what the scripture tells about the value of life. Why commit suicide when our life was planned by God? We were literally fashioned by His hands. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. We had a sanctified life. God owns our life. Why commit suicide when our life was produced by God? He knows all there is to know about you, past, present, and future. Scripture tells us that even the number of hairs on our head, He knows. Luke 12:7. Why commit suicide when our life is precious to God? How precious also are the thoughts unto me, O God! How great is the sum of them! If I should count them, they are more in number than the sand. When I awake, I am still with thee. Unfortunately, we live in a day and age where people do not realize how precious life is. Suicide, on the other hand, or any other kind of murder, is the ultimate form of rebellion against God. And if you take your own life, you have rebelled against God's own creation. There is no way for us to comprehend all the thoughts that God has for us. He is constantly mindful of us, and He never ceases to provide for us. God blesses us abundantly, and He is with us continuously. This is just a few truths that prove that we are precious to God. Give good courage, and He shall strengthen your heart, all ye that hope in the Lord. This is clearly the message that needs to be shouted around the world during this time of fear and restlessness. Value your life. Hope down in God.